next joint. So, is Cam Newton wrong for his comments? Sly, you mind pulling up the clip, sir?
Let's get to it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Because, I wish we had the fourth person here, Malik, because then, it make it a little interesting for me, but it looks like it's going to be 2 against 1.
And I know everybody's going to get mad at this. Cam hating on Jalen Hurts. It's hard for me to grade Jalen Hurts with the talent that he has around him. Jalen Hurts is a great quarterback. But if we're talking about what they bring to the table holistically, it's hard to judge what Jalen Hurts can do when you're throwing to a guy like A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. When you have tight end skill set, you have a dominant defense, the best running back in the game. Download Madden and see how many stars is on the offensive side of Philly. Like you got King Henry, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, those guys, that's cool. But when you're comparing, Lamar Jackson still shows you why he's an elite player. Josh Allen has to play elite in order for them to play. Lamar Jackson has to play at a high level for the Baltimore Ravens, even though that they have a dominant defense. Patrick Mahomes, he got a lot of talent. But boy, oh boy, you can't put no John Doe in Patrick Mahomes and think that they still gonna win the way they win it. I understand that. Jalen Hurts does not have to play elite for the Philadelphia Eagles to win. He has to play good, but he doesn't have to play elite. We're not asking you to win the game. We're just asking you not to lose it. When you ask that question, are we winning because of you, solely because of you, or is it the resources around you? So game changer, game manager, those are the things that you have to ask yourself. And those are the metrics that I'm going off of. It's like, bro, even when the tush push, you got 5 people pushing you, bro. You got a solid group around you, dog. And the man who Jalen Hurts is, bro, I respect him. I take my hat off to him. But just because he's a great guy, that don't mean I can't critique his game.
Da Vinci, I think Sly's on the same tip. You guys disagree with what Cam said, right? I know Da Vinci does.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%.
What about you, Sly? Do you disagree with what he said?
I feel like he said some things that's true, but it's like he's saying it as if he can't be top 10 for those reasons, and that I disagree with.
Okay, well, Da Vinci, tell me what you disagree with.
I disagree with the argument because the man has stars on his team. Isn't it the object is to get more talented player on your team so it's easier for you to win for every damn team as a team sport?
Yeah, to a degree.
It's not an object.
Yeah, to
right?
a degree.
So my old take is you're punishing him. Let's keep it real. Let's look at it straight down the line. You are punishing him for having stars on his team. You don't think Tom Brady wanted more guys to throw the ball that can catch the ball and make plays? You don't think Peyton Manning wanted that? You don't think Patrick Mahomes wanted that?
Everybody
like, it's just,
wants.
Why do we have to punish people for winning? It's like, no, if you lose, if you lose, King, guess what? They will come for his neck, his body, his arms, everything. If you lose. You've got all the talent in the world, but you couldn't do anything with it. Please tell me I'm wrong.
It's okay.
So many stars. Please tell me I'm wrong.
But it's a team game, right? And what was Tom Brady known for? Taking Tom, Dick, and Harry up the stands and turning them into something and winning. No? True. And yes, yet again, Tom Brady is a one of one. So it's not even fair for me to use that comparison. Do you see what I'm saying? But when he brought up Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. And I don't know, Sly, when he goes, Josh Allen has to play elite, I swear that's what I seen last year. And that everything landed on him because he didn't have enough talent to be able to make that final push to pass the Chiefs again, right? Mahomes, the 2 times he lost the Super Bowl, why did he lose it? Didn't have an O-line. Well, Mahomes is a great player. He's top 10. We'll never argue that. One of the greatest talents, right? But he didn't have the necessary tools to win. Jalen Hurts played Mahomes the previous years before with the same players. The only difference that he had this year was he had Barkley. And I don't know about you, but Barkley made it where it was almost impossible for you to really stop Philly because you had to worry about the air attack and now the ground game. And they already had a defense that's been sitting there from the last, we'll say, 3 years. Right? So offensive line that's been there for the last 3 years. So I can even remember, and in editing, I'll pull the clip up. Sly said, hey, if Jalen Hurts doesn't get hurt and he just plays good, they're pretty much almost unbeatable. Which means he doesn't have to play elite like Josh Allen. He doesn't have to play elite like Lamar. He doesn't have to play elite like Mahomes does now that he doesn't have the ancillary pieces. I mean, we're after like when they won the Super Bowl that Not Josh Allen. Mahomes didn't have his team having dropping the ball fits for most of the freaking season, and then when they went into the playoffs, that's when things turned up. You know what I mean? It's a team game. So if you look at Jalen Hurts' team, and I'm not hating on Jalen Hurts, I like Jalen Hurts. If you look at his team, just like I was telling you before with Brock Purdy, right? When your San Francisco 49ers had all those players, what was the main thing that Brock Purdy had to do? Not screw the game up. And you seen when
Brock
he was missing
Purdy
those
was
players.
playing great.
Hold on. When you seen he was missing certain players, his play wasn't that well. Now I'm not comparing Brock Purdy to Jalen Hurts, but you know what I mean? Come on.
The only person belongs in this conversation is Josh Allen.
What?
Take out Lamar Jackson. Yeah, take out Lamar Jackson.
Why?
Doesn't belong
Why
there.
would you take out Lamar?
Doesn't he have King Henry?
Yeah.
Hold on, though.
Well,
Lamar
what's
was
up?
doing
What's
what?
up?
Hold on.
So
Lamar
you're
was
going to
doing.
say Barkley. You're going to pick on Jalen Hurts with Barkley. What? Why can't we do that for what's it called? Lamar with King Henry.
Hold on. Lamar had King Henry for 1 year. Okay. Lamar and Jalen Hurts are both running quarterbacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Who broke the record for most yards? Hurts or Lamar? Lamar, right?
Isn't it Lamar? Yeah.
Okay. Who's critiqued the most for being a player that they said wasn't all around good? Lamar or Hurts?
It's Lamar.
Who got more pieces offensively all around, Lamar or Hurts?
Hurts does. So what?
Hurts does, right? So
Yeah.
when Cam's making his critique, all he's saying is he's got a complete team. So he doesn't have to play hard or elite for them to win. He just has to do his job. Allen and Lamar have to be exceptional because they don't have all of those pieces, especially Josh Allen, because we seen what happened when they let go of half of his defense and half of his offensive weapons. He had to turn certain players into something. Jalen Hurts didn't have to do that, especially this year.
So this
sorry, Sly.
Oh, go ahead.
You want it real quick. So ever since Jalen Hurts got to Philadelphia, didn't Philly start doing good before all these other pieces?
All those pieces were there from before, bro.
Were they?
You forgetting? No, you forgetting?
Really?
You forgetting when Philly beat the Patriots? Some of the players from that so-called pool of players that won that Super Bowl were still there when Jalen Hurts came. Now they didn't win a Super Bowl with all those other pieces. They had to add more. But let's not get it twisted. AJ Brown is a top 5 receiver in the NFL. Does Lamar Jackson have that? No. Does Josh Allen have that? No. The O-line that he has, the O-line that Jalen Hurts has, that O-line's been there for at least 5 years.
So here's the thing: is the simple bottom line and the balanced truth in this situation here is you get punished for winning. Like, let's just keep it real. It is him getting punished for winning.
Him though,
bro.
Did
if
he say
he
he's not top 10?
loses,
No, Davinci, did he say he's not top 10? I didn't hear him say that.
Who?
Did he say Jalen Hurts is not top 10? Did he say he's not top 10?
Yeah, that was the video. He said Jalen Hurts not top 10. I think that was the premise of the video. He was saying y'all gonna attack me for not having Jalen Hurts top 10. I think that was if I'm not mistaken.
Because a lot of people, that's what's going around. Said he's not in the top 10, which is crazy. And we started this last year. Remember, we were having this conversation. All of us, 4 of us, when Mills were here, we were having this conversation when people were ranking him low. Jalen Hurts.
Yes, part of it is his play though. Are we gonna act like he was stellar last year?
He was though.
Hell yes.
He was good.
What?
Okay. Let me go because I got. It's real simple for me. And Cam is known for just saying some. I don't really be liking his takes. I feel like he got a certain bias to a lot of his takes because of the type of player he is and what he experienced in his career. Where Cam is just straight wrong. So he left him off his top 10, but he mentioned the quarterbacks that we know Jalen Hurts ain't better than Lamar Jackson. We know he ain't better than Josh Allen. Ain't nobody gonna debate them. That's only 2 players out of your top 10. It's a ton of other players. I don't even see his top 10.
That's what I'm saying. I need to see his top 10 list before I start really going after him.
I can't name 10 quarterbacks better. It's not 10 quarterbacks better than Jalen Hurts, bro. And even if you think maybe they might be better, he put the work in and won a chip at the quarterback position. That gotta push him into at least top 8, 9, even just off the strength of that.
That's fair.
And to me, and he only mentioned the quarterbacks that it's like, okay, duh, he not better than Josh Allen. Duh, he not better than Lamar Jackson. Like, that goes without saying. Nobody would even question that. But your top 10 obviously has other players like, I'm just gonna assume he got somebody like Jared Goff in his top 10.
Yeah.
Or maybe, I don't know, maybe a Dak Prescott in his top 10 or somebody like that.
And it's Prescott's like too far.
don't think them.
Hey,
It's certain niggas that
Sly,
think
can I
they're
just give
better
you
than
something
Jalen
to
Hurts.
Sly? Can I just give you something to add to your argument? Then I'll stop.
Mhm.
So let me give you the ESPN top 10, right? You can go off there. So it's Patrick Mahomes is number 1, Josh Allen is number 2, Joe Burrow number 3, Lamar Jackson 4, Jaden Daniels number 5, Matt Stafford 6, Justin Herbert 7, Jared Goff 8, Jalen Hurts 9, and Baker Mayfield 10. Go ahead, Sly.
Yeah, right. That list, it ain't like I'm not super mad at that list, but
Where's
if you got,
Daniels though?
Daniels is like 4th or 5th, bro. That's
Okay.
crazy.
he was fifth. He was fifth. Yeah, which is,
That's not crazy.
I
Look at
mean,
his
That's
stats.
wild.
Look
That's
at his
wild,
stats.
bro.
Look at
he
the
only got
impact that
1
he did for that
year.
team.
Of 1 year, bro.
He got
I
1
understand
year,
it's 1
bro.
year, but are you gonna tell me who's the dogs on Washington right now?
I don't. I guess that plays into it, but it's more. It got to be more to it than that. It can't just be.
It's a team game, right? Who has
But
the
that's
most
the thing.
stacked deck? Out of
If
all the
you
teams,
say
who has the most stacked deck right now? Or last year,
it's definitely,
who had the stacked deck? Like
it's
all around
definitely
their
Philly.
team.
Philly, for not even a question. Philly had the best overall team last year, right? And that's not debatable. But you can't. That doesn't take away from who Jalen Hurts is and what he accomplished. Because you still got to go on the field and get it done, bro. Like, you still got to. You said Tom Brady earlier. Remember when Tom Brady, they went undefeated. He had Randy Moss, but he didn't get it done. Though. They didn't win that Super Bowl.
Because he faced the New
And
York Giants, who had Eli Manning, who had dogs, who had Strahan. You know, they had a defense.
And that's
they had
kind
an
of what
offense.
I'm getting at. Like, sometimes you could have a stacked deck and not get it done. So when
Of
you
course.
got a stacked deck and you go get it done, you gotta get credit for that. You don't take
Exactly.
away credit just because you got
Exactly.
no, bro. Because sometimes we've seen a bunch of teams. Even remember the Vikings teams from back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That deck, them teams
Yep.
was straight.
Yeah.
Them teams was killers. Some Colts teams from back in the day, they didn't always get it done. Sometimes you do have a stack and you don't get it done. So when somebody actually get it done, nah, you can't take points. Hell, and just to think, man, I'm saying like Matt Stafford and Jared Goff. These are questions, at least to me, of putting them ahead of Jalen Hurts. And
Yeah.
I really wish I had Cam Newton list in front of me so I could see it, so I could pick it apart. Like, I'm not. Baker Mayfield's another one. I like Baker Mayfield. Well, I don't know if I like him. Last year he smoked shit, but it's you got him ahead of Jalen Hurts.
I wouldn't have him in the top 10. Now, Jared Goff, he has been to a Super Bowl.
He good. I would put him in the top 10. But you think he's better than
did
Jalen Hurts?
He did help revive Detroit, right? Matthew Stafford was in Detroit. We see what happened to him, getting beat up. Then he goes to LA, and they had a semi-stat deck, and he got the job done. So I can't be mad about those two being in the top 10. Their placement, okay, we can talk about that. But those two as quarterbacks in general, yeah, cool.
Would you take them over Jalen Hurts, though? You would take Jared Goff and Baker Mayfield over Jalen Hurts?
I take Matthew Stafford over Jalen Hurts. I don't know about Jared Goff and Baker.
And
I don't even know why Baker's in there, to be honest.
He had one great year. It's like,
well, he didn't have one great. He had 2 good years with the Bucks.
Okay, you're right.
Because he got his money, right? And he was written off because of what happened in the Browns, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he jumped
and that's why it's impressive too, though.
Do you know what I mean? So he had a
redemption
resurgence. I wouldn't have Baker Mayfield in the top 10 of quarterbacks.
Okay, so yeah, real quick. You want Cam Newton list? Let me give it to you. Josh Allen, number 1. I'm going up from 1 to 10. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Matt Stafford. it gets crazy. Jared Goff, Jaden Daniels, C.J. Stroud, Justin Herbert, and Baker Mayfield.
Yo, this buddy.
I'm done, bro.
Listen,
I'm done. Why we listen to these delusional people, bro?
It's not delusional.
Why we listen to these delusional hate?
CJ Stroud,
bro.
Like, he had a great 1 year, but
he had a horrible year last year, bro.
Baker,
I love the kid, but
I'm just saying, yet again, Baker Mayfield, I don't know why he's on any top 10 list. I don't. I mean, he had a good 2 years, but top 10.
Even Justin Herbert, though, like Justin Herbert,
that's another one.
Yet
he's
again,
dope right?
Too. He's nice too.
He's
super talented. He's nice, but I wouldn't put him ahead of Jalen
because he ain't got the job done.
Word, he ain't really did shit. If you being
bro,
honest.
Jalen Hurts has been back to back solid. What? How is this missing people?
That's what I'm saying.
How is this missing? So he's putting people who had 1 good year and people that had a bad year on the list over a guy that's been solid back to back and a Super Bowl champion. Bro, stop it, bro. This delusional crap out of here, bro. Y'all just like clout, bro. You know,
it's so that Jalen Hurts had to take the starting spot too. Like, it ain't like they drafted Jalen Hurts and just handed him the keys. No, he had to go work for that. He had to bro. I'm not. We're
He had
not
to
doing
beat
it.
out. Hold on, he had to beat out Nick.
Well, Nick Foles was a Super Bowl champ too.
Yeah,
Like
he
he was
was.
loving
But
Philly.
hold on, and this is where like things get tricky for me, right?
Bro,
Because
stop doing this Cam Newton
no, no,
stuff.
no, 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 no.
Bro,
Listen. Here's where it gets
tell,
tricky for me.
tell
No, no,
this
no. Because listen,
motherfucker, just go buy some more
no, no.
stupid
Hold
fucking
on.
hats,
Nick
bro.
Foles did
That's
win
what
the
you should be
Super
good
Bowl.
at, bro.
But are we
Fuck
gonna
outta here.
act like
Carson Wentz?
Yeah, are we gonna act like Carson Wentz wasn't the driving engine for
No,
three
I'm
quarters
saying
of the
that's
season?
all good. I'm just saying Jalen Hurts wasn't drafted and he was like the number 1 pick and they automatically gave him the spot. He had to actually work to become the starter. Like he wasn't given the keys. And to me, that's even another notch that you give him. They said, yo, we're gonna rock with you. We're gonna get these weapons and we confident that you can
But he had
take
to
us
beat
to
out
this
Nick
shit.
Foles.
And he did it.
No, but he had to beat out Nick Foles, a career backup quarterback.
Regardless, certain niggas didn't have to beat out
Super
nobody.
Bowl champ.
They just was giving the keys to the franchise.
Yeah.
He had to go in there the 2nd round pick at that, and he had to earn a spot as a starter. Nigga, you get points for that. And I love Cam, but Cam didn't have to do that. Like Cam was giving the keys to the franchise.
Yeah.
Cam didn't get it done, bro. And it's
We all know Cam didn't get it done.
He's biased, man. I feel like he's biased because he feel
Okay. Here's the thing. Didn't Cam have a real nasty team too?
Yeah, but respectfully, he didn't really have like crazy weapons in his career. Like he had good defenses, he had good running games, but he didn't really have a ton of weapons though. And I can say that.
Yeah, he didn't get done the Super
Cam
Bowl.
is an underachiever in his career, bro. Like, and the facts is the facts. Cam underachieved, and I
Of
feel like
course.
he put so much on the weapons you got because he didn't have weapons, and that's his thing. Like when nigga, that ain't got nothing to do with Jalen Hurts or nobody else for that matter. Like nigga, you got your team to the joint, and you ain't get it done.
Well, he only made it once, and
Bro.
then after that, everything kind of went.
No.
But
I mean, you gotta be crazy, bro. That list has gotta be. It's just disrespect to Jalen Hurts, bro. That
Yeah,
list, bro.
I'm not jacking
Like
it.
that's crazy, bro.
yeah,
That's
I'm
crazy,
not,
bro.
I'm not gonna argue on his behalf of that. I am arguing
That's
on the behalf
crazy.
of the take though, because
That's crazy.
yes, he did use 2 guys who are better than him, but who's to say that Jalen Hurts can't be as good as those guys given their situation? If you were to swap him and Lamar, you don't think Jalen Hurts could do what Lamar's doing, having that freedom
Fuck no.
with that? Hey, I'm
See, this
just
is the
asking
thing.
a question.
I think you gotta. I say let's compare Jalen Hurts to a guy that's on the back end of the list, like Baker Mayfield or
But
Justin
that's
Herbert.
disrespectful though to do that. Because he's
Well,
better
then you're
than
making
Baker
the point
Mayfield.
that he should be top 10 then. And that's kind of what I'm getting at. If you compare him to the guys that's 1, 2, and 3, that's easy as fuck because he clearly ain't good as them.
Okay, what about Burrow then? Is he better than Burrow?
No, bro. Those not
But Burrow ain't
debatable.
on the Super Bowls.
But I'm saying that's what I'm saying is those guys are clearly better. The back end of his list is where we can have a debate. But he
Okay.
didn't say that. He brought up guys that there's no debate. We could have debated Jared Goff. We could debate Justin Herbert. We could debate
Yes.
Baker Mayfield.
Yes.
But I don't
When
even
you
know why
go
Justin
to the
Herbert's
guys
even
that
on the
are
list,
the
bro.
absolute, there's no debate there. It's like,
Yeah, I know, but I don't understand why Justin Herbert's even on his list.
Oh
because he's talented. That's really what it is. Because he's mad
Talented at what, bro?
So, hold on,
And
bro.
I'm a
So here's the
Herbert
thing, is
fan,
though.
just like I'm a Jim Jones fan, and he's not better than Malice. He's not better than freaking Pusha. He's not better than Nas. But Jalen Hurts, oh not Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert is not better than Hurts.
I don't think so either. I think he's more talented, but he's not better.
Talented at throwing the ball away.
Like, and it's like, yo, you gotta get, and then to try to discredit him, it's other niggas that got weapons that ain't do it. Look at, I hate to say it, look, Joe Burrow. You ain't say that about Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow got best receiving core.
But he ain't got no O-line. Hold on. Let's not do that. Because we see what happens. We see what
that's
happens.
There's a lot of things we shouldn't be doing right now.
No,
exactly.
I'm not
That's
gonna
what
let
the
that
bitch
ride.
said is my point.
There's a lot of things
that
we shouldn't be doing right now.
No, because he got
That's not
injured.
my
point.
Y'all
Yeah.
forgetting that? You forget how his knee got bent back? Because the O-line,
Bro,
because
true.
his owner is cheap? Because
Okay,
his owner is cheap?
But my point is,
Hold on,
that's why
listen.
we
Bro,
shouldn't do
whatever
that,
we
though.
going
That's
there,
why
bro.
we
What do
shouldn't
we
be
need?
like picking apart and saying, but you got this,
Look
and you
at his
got that, and you got
defense,
this,
bro.
you got that. We got to look at what you did on the field, and that's kind of what it is. And your production, you can't be trying to pick somebody's team team and weapons apart. I
It's
wasn't
not picking
saying
the
that
teams and
trying to
weapons
pick at
apart.
Joe Burrow. I was just saying that to do that is a slippery slope. That's dangerous, and it's weak too. Like,
No, listen,
So
I'm not picking it apart because of weapons. I'm just saying very simply and plainly because we could use Da Vinci's 70 or 49ers as an example with Garoppolo and Purdy. With those
Word.
weapons and that scheme and that coach, their job was just not to mess the game up. And it's fair enough to say that about Jalen Hurts because Jalen Hurts has literally almost the same system with a multitude of talent.
and that's
okay, so
true, but he
so
also
you so
won.
wait. You don't think this is playing? I mean, okay, so a 103 passing rating yard, 29,000 yards, right? Almost 3,000 yards, 18 touchdowns, five interceptions in 15 games.
15 games, but it's an 18 game season. So he was injured
Yeah.
for a couple of games, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me on that list where his rankings are.
On that
I
list,
think he's like
here's the thing is, here's the thing is, my guy, hold on, wait, where's this fucking thing, right? So
Out of the top
we
10
got
QBs, the stats. We're not talking about people's opinion. The stats of the top 10 quarterbacks.
okay. So here's the thing.
Last year,
Here's it.
where was
Cam,
he ranked?
so the ridiculous list of Cam is like C.J. Stroud doesn't even deserve to be in there.
Let's
so
not talk about
it's
that.
more disrespectful.
Da Vinci.
No.
I just
Listen,
need you to
you
the
know,
stats. We're not going to talk
Jordan
about your
Love.
opinion. I just want
Jordan
the
Love
stats.
had a better season than C.J. Stroud.
I forgot about Jordan Love.
We
That's
already
the thing,
know he
like,
had a
yo,
better season. I just need you to show me the. I just need the stats. Read off some stats. The top 10 quarterbacks of last year. Where did Jalen Hurts rank?
I think they had him 9.
His stats. Now I'm not talking about opinion. I'm talking about his stats. What he put up in the games last year. Forget winning the Super Bowl. Where was he ranked?
Statistically, I would say he's probably not top 10.
So to have the argument that he's not top 10 is somewhat fair because even if you go statistically, he's not top 10. And then he has the talent, which means statistically, if he didn't have to do that much, it meant he didn't have to mess the game up. He
Well,
just
he
had
was
to
also
play
hurt.
good,
He was-
not elite.
His stats will look different if he was also hurt though. Like he also missed games.
So
that you
was
gotta
Jalen
factor
Hurts. So was Lamar Jackson. So was Josh Allen. So was Burrow.
Yeah, but like you keep comparing him to the guys that's not debatable.
Okay, Justin Herbert. So was Justin Herbert. He was hurt too.
Yeah, but
Is his stats better than Justin's? Because I'm saying he's better than Justin. But I'm saying now, let's just go
probably
stats.
not better. His passing stats probably not better. But you got to Jalen Hurts get a ton of rushing touchdowns. A and B, he won the freaking Super Bowl, bro.
Let's take
You
the
don't
Super
play
Bowl
the
off
game.
the table. I'm
Yo,
going
yo,
stats wise, period.
wait, Slide here. I'm gonna say it real sweet, and I'm gonna stop. Okay, I did not know the Super Bowl was so easy to win.
Nobody said the
done.
Super Bowl's
I'm
easy
done.
to win, bro. But that is not
done.
just the only barometer for somebody's greatness. Dan Marino never
done.
won a Super Bowl. Are we gonna say Dan Marino's a slouch?
Of course not, though.
Okay then. So we can't pick apart what happened with him.
So,
Peyton Manning got picked
so his
apart for how many
argument
years
is-
before he won a Super Bowl, and even after he won a Super Bowl, they still picked at him. So what are we getting
So
at here?
King, pretty much what he's saying is you can take Jalen Hurts off the Philadelphia Eagles right now, and you can put somebody else. Name a QB. You can put
Brock
Geno
Purdy
Smith
on
on
that
there,
team, and
you
they'd
can
win.
put Geno Smith on there, and they're gonna win.
It's possible, bro. Are you kidding me?
I don't agree with that. I'm being honest. And
Shit, bro, you are
think
drinking the same.
I'm
You're
not
drinking that
the
same drink.
tea. I
Cam.
asked you to give
You're
me the
drinking
stats.
that whole
No,
crazy
I asked you to
shit,
give me the
bro.
stats, right? And you said he's probably bottom 9. You and Sly, he's probably bottom 9 in the stats, which means he
Probably.
did not have to work as hard as whoever's the top 5 with stats. I'm not talking about his players. I'm not talking about anything. I said, give me his stats.
But he's not. That's the thing. He's not in position to accumulate. That ain't what his team requires of him.
Okay.
That's different. It's just
You
different.
just said it though, Sly,
Yeah,
right? His
they
team
play-
doesn't require. So what Cam is saying is that he does not have to play elite. What is the problem with that? If
That
you
means
just
he's
admitted
not
that he
elite.
does not have to play elite because it's not required of him, somebody else putting it out, how is that bad?
Playing elite is not just statistically though.
I'm not
Like,
saying it's
it's
just
not-
statistically. I'm just saying you yourself just said he's not required. That had nothing to do with
Yeah.
stats. He's not required. I'm leaning on the stats, so that is not opinion based on my end for what I'm saying.
Okay, I'll say this. He's
see what
not
I'm saying?
required to throw for 4,000 yards for his team to win. He's not. But he's also is required to be the leader of the team, which he is. He's required to go in there on them 4th and shorts and get those first down, which he does. He's required on goal line situations to get the ball in the end zone, which he does. And it worked, and they won a Super Bowl. If we can't hypothetically, if his team required him to go out and do what?
Do more?
I don't know, put up a bunch of yards and break records and shit. Who's to say that that will lead to winning a Super Bowl?
I never said it wouldn't lead to winning a Super Bowl.
But that's what I'm saying. So what his coach required him to do to win, he's doing it, and it works. So like, what you want him to? It's like what you want him. You want him to prove to you that he can do something that might not win.
Yeah. You wanted to play out of the system, bro. They wanted to play out of the system.
I don't need him to prove anything to me. I don't need him to prove anything to me. He's already a millionaire. He's got a Super Bowl. He's got what's going on. All I'm defending is the point that Cam Newton's critique isn't as wild as Navinci's making it seem. Because when I go look at the stats, and then now you go, well, his team doesn't require him to do this, then it's just an honest critique. At no point in time has anybody called Jalen Hurts a bum. I didn't hear him say he's a bum. Did he say he's a bum?
Okay, what about this though? Did Tom Brady's early Super Bowls require him to put up big numbers?
No, because his defense carried him. But anybody who's realistic understands that, though, right? Did he have superstars on the offensive side?
Ain't nobody.
You don't take nothing away from him because he wasn't required to do it. He still
nobody ever did.
Yeah,
ever did.
Tom Brady was like the 199th pick.
Nobody ever did. They praised him. They praised Tom Brady. They praised him.
Oh my God.
No, hold on. You know why they praised Tom Brady? Let's not do this comparison. Jalen Hurts' ranking as in the Columbine is way higher than Tom Brady's. You have to look at somebody's projection. Tom Brady was not projected to be what he is. Tom Brady created that. Jalen Hurts was projected to be at least a top 10 quarterback.
Okay, so the fact that we're going to combine here, bro, is this shit that we're doing wrong, bro. This is the problem.
It's not wrong.
We're just keep going down the list. We can't say, okay, good season. They had great. He played solid enough for his team to win. We keep that's the problem, man. That's the problem, bro. We keep going down and we keep finding more and more stuff, bro.
Reality is, we all agreed that the Philadelphia Eagles had the best team last year. Am I lying?
I feel great. They have a great team. I appreciate the team they have. I have no problem. I don't need to critique anything.
I'm not saying I have a problem with it, and I'm not trying to diminish him for winning a Super Bowl. All I'm saying is, even when I bring up the 49ers, I bring it up to show you that team that you had, who had a good defense and had a decent O-line and good receivers, right? With Garoppolo and Purdy, all they had to do was not mess it up. I'm not saying that they are better than Hurts. Hurts is better than both of them. But you have to look at the overall team sport and what's going on. It's just like when we talk about the Warriors. Sly said himself in the last one. When KD went over there, I didn't feel like watching it because we already knew. The system, the players. It's still a team game. And when they didn't win against Toronto, people said, oh, Toronto beat them. But then when I go, hey, 2 players get injured, 2 superstars, and it's left with 1 guy, hey, you guys won the championship, but it was luck. Because if they never got injured, Toronto would have got swept. Or at least it would have went 6 games and the Warriors would have won. Same thing for the Warriors when they won the championship in 2016. If Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving don't get injured, they don't win that championship. No? Is that me poo-pooing on the Warriors? Or is that
I don't think that's a poo-pooing on anybody, but
and telling you what it is?
I couldn't see the future, so I can't say. The game wasn't played. They weren't played, so it is what it is.
I can dig it. I'm just saying niggas never left Troy Aikman out of the top 10 while he was playing. And he had a whip. He had best O-line, best running back, best defense, best receiver on one side. And they never was like, yo, he not a top 10 quarterback.
I never considered him to be a top 10 quarterback.
I'm talking about while he was playing. While he was playing, nobody said Troy Aikman ain't top 10 because he got this surrounding him. That was never a conversation. Not one time.
That's factual. I'm not going to argue that. I'm not saying that he's not top 10. All I'm saying is the argument for saying he has a stacked team and he doesn't have to do that much is a valid argument. Not to leave him out the top 10, but it's just a valid argument. At no point in time am I saying
how Cam framed his argument was wrong. Like how he framed his argument by comparing him to the top 3 dudes. Like, of course he's not.
I feel you. Like I said, I'm just saying. You know what I mean, Da Vinci? At the end of the day, can you agree that Brock Purdy and Garoppolo had a great team and all they had to do was not fuck it up? Because you guys
had to play.
Super Bowls.
I can't disagree fully, but they still have to play the game.
Of course, they had to play the game, but
it's not like they can sit there and just like
No, nobody's saying that they had to sit there. Right. What I'm saying is they had the ancillary pieces where all they had to do was run the play. I'm not saying Jalen Hurts has to just run the play. Jalen Hurts is way more talented than them. But what I'm saying, the
And
ease of what he had to do was alleviated by having the talent that he had.
So here's the thing: is I'm pretty sure if you go ask Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson, they would want the same scenario that Jalen Hurts is in.
Everybody wants the same scenario as Jalen Hurts. Who doesn't want that? Nobody's not
So
arguing
what
that.
the fuck are we
That's
here
the
for?
point.
I'm not arguing
Exactly.
that.
So what are we here for?
That's
Listen,
really
all I'm
Exactly.
talking about is
What are we
Cam
here
is
for?
saying.
What are we doing now? What are
I'm
we
just
here?
talking about
Exactly.
you had a big
But you
problem
hear
with
what I
Cam
just
saying,
said. So
and
what
all
are
I'm
we
doing is
here?
defending a part of it.
If everybody wants that, even Cam wanted that when he was playing. So why the hell are we here?
Because what Cam said.
Why are we here?
Because
Why
what
are we
Cam
having this
said. I didn't say
conversation,
this.
bro? I know, but why are we here? Why is he saying that when he wanted the same damn thing?
Hey,
And everybody,
you gotta ask him, bro.
any QB will tell you that, bro.
You know what? Let's leave this one. Let's get to the least but not favorite topic right now.